Good morning, everyone, especially to our professor, Musalim Yanugalam Galta Eddy. My report is about the environment. I'm your reporter for today. I'm Cherimy Cadungon Igia. What is environment? According to Britannica Dictionary, environment is the condition that surrounds someone or something, the condition and influences that affect the growth, health, progress, etc. of someone or something. It means to say, ang kondisyon na nakaapekto sa paglaki at kalusugan ng isang tao sa isang lugar. So, school environment refers to the set of relationship that occur among members of a school community that are determined by structural, personal, and functional factor of the educational institution which provide distinctiveness to schools. It means to say it is the relationship between the supervisor to the principal, principal to the teachers, and teachers to the pupils in the community. Internal stakeholder in an educational organization. It includes school principal. As a school principal, you play a key of initiating, framing, and encouraging all other group of stakeholders to play their part. Meaning, si school principal is the one who managed the school. Teachers. The primary role of a teacher is to deliver classroom instruction that helps students learn. It means to say the teacher is the one who facilitate the learning of the student. Non-teaching employees. Non-teaching personnel are considered the support group in attaining the mission and vision of the schooling, providing quality education of each student. The non-teaching personnel are indeed partners of teachers and school administrators in administrative office management. For example of the non-teaching employees are the principals, the supervisors, the ADAS, and the AOs. Those are people who work at school but they do not teach. They offer other services like consolidation of DTRs, compensation and benefits of the employees, personal records, and property custodianship. Students. Students' role in the educational system is to learn what they are being taught and importantly, find ways to apply that learning outside the school environment. It means to say that the student is the one who discovered and what they have learned inside the school and find ways to apply that learning outside the school environment. External stakeholder in an educational organization. Parents, enhancing family-school partnership and increasing parents' participation in educational decision-making can be highly effective for combating early school leaving. So as a parents, we serve as a first teacher in our children. So we have to participate in educational decision-making of our children's educational journey. Local policymakers. Policymakers play a very significant role in the education system as every component in the system gets implemented on the basis of their decisions. Policymakers in the school is the principal. She is the one or he is the one who formulate the policy. In the classroom, the policy maker is the teacher. But in the barangay, the policy maker is the barangay captain. Donors. A donor is a person who donates something of a value to a person or an organization, especially a charity. It is a person who give or donate something. What is environmental education? Environmental education is a process that allows individuals to, to explore environmental issues, engage in problem solving, and take action to improve the environment. For example, if there is a problematic student in our school, the principal will endorse the student to the barangay captain, and the barangay captain will call the attention of the parents to solve the problem. So meaning, ang paglutas ng problema at paggawa ng aksyon upang mapabuti ang kapaligiran. The components of the environmental education are awareness and sensitivity of the environment and environmental challenges, knowledge and understanding of the environment and environmental challenges, attitude of concern for the environment and motivation to improve or maintain environmental quality, skills to identify and help resolve environmental challenges, and participate in activities that lead to the resolution of environmental challenges. It means to say that you have to follow the rules and regulations and be observant. You have the concern for the environment and what is the activities in the community you have to participate so that you will be aware. Environmental management principles for educational institutions. Basic environmental education principles for schools. The school's commitment. The purpose of environmental protection and conservation and the acceptance of a positive attitude toward the environment as one of the fundamental educational and life values requires the commitment of the entire school and its entire self. It means to say that you have to take care of the school's facilities. School management, the accepted commitments, environmental protection programs, and past experiences need to be fully incorporated into every activity as one of the basic elements of school management. For example, the principal will call a meeting to the board. The principal will discuss what will be the school project and what will be the project that comes from MOOE and others. Educational activities. School must focus on the needs of their student and other stakeholders in the educational process and on value acceptance. For example, the field trips and the seminars are the educational activities for the students. Continual research of improvement options. Schools must systematically and actively monitor and keep improving the environmental education and the accepted principles, taking into consideration technical and economic development, scientific learnings, and the needs of their students and the expectations of the community and be open to changes. Meaning, you have to be open-minded to changes and you have to embrace the modern technologies. Professional training. They must educate and motivate all their employees to include environmental protection in all their activities and to treat the environment responsibly. For example, in the science subject, the science teacher engaged the student in tree planting. Ex-ante assessment. Schools must plan their activities based on a situation assessment, the problem and the interesting and the motivating topics they observe. Meaning, ang paaralan dapat planuhin ang kanilang activity batay sa sitwasyon. For example, today we experience COVID-19. So, the activity is related to COVID. Activities. Schools must develop and implement activities keeping in mind more efficient energy and water consumption, reduction of negative impact of the environment, reduction, avoidance, and safe and responsible waste disposal, protection of the nature and landscape, and continuous dissemination of information at school and in the local community. For example, the principal will announce that every year level should build a compost pit and separate the biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Networking. Schools must open themselves up and get connected with others, educational institutions, and work on common projects with them. Connecting with potential partners. Schools must get connected with all relevant partners, local government and self-governments, companies in the environmental protection business, scientific situation, municipal and other companies, NGOs, the media, the church, their students, parents, and so on, to accomplish greater efficiency in the realization of the planned program. For example, the principal will call a meeting to the board and announce it what are the projects that are implemented and not implemented projects. Encourage associate partners and suppliers. Schools must encourage their associates to implement these principles. They must encourage and contribute to their better implementation wherever possible until they are aligned with the principles applied at the schools. For example, the PTA will manage and implement the school projects. Contribution to joint efforts. Schools must contribute to the development of public policies and support good programs and initiatives that will raise awareness of the need to protect the environment in the extended communities. For example, merong mga schools na malapit sa daan. So, dapat maglagay sila ng sign na slow down. Monitoring and reporting. They must regularly monitor and evaluate the implementation of the program inconsistent with the spirit of these principles and their alignment with the requirements of adequate school functioning and legal regulations. So, for example, in our school, the school principal is the one who will monitor if the teacher is doing their lesson plan every day.